have been living in temporary apartments for 4 years. That feels like insanity, and I would never put myself into that situation.
Hello again. It's time to start repairing these old windows. We are replacing the 19th windows on our house with these old ones I bought last year for 70 euros. I picked the best one of the 7 windows I have to repair, just to get familiar with the work before having to move on to the ones that need more repairs. What I didn't realize before picking this one was that it actually also requires some woodwork. And I got a little nervous because I'm not familiar with this. So I decided to do a very beginner level replacement here, just to make it a bit more sturdy. And I'm sorry if your eyes are bleeding, I have no idea how much glue I should be using here. I think it turned out alright, not perfect, but it will do for us.
So a little change of plans of what we're gonna be doing. We were imagining that by this time we would have both of our fireplace foundations done, but that didn't happen because the concrete that we need, it would cost more to do it ourselves than it would to like order it ready-made by a truck. But the problem there is that the truck won't bring as little as we need. So we have to figure out a place where we could put the excess concrete to. And the easiest thing that we could think of was third fireplace foundations. That was in the end anyway gonna have to be built there in our living room. So that's in the end of the half of the house that we haven't been working on yet. So just to use the excess concrete, we are gonna start to build our third fireplace foundation. And to be able to build that, we need to move a huge rock. One of the worst things that I remember from last year was when we were trying to remove huge rocks from underground. This time we rented a bigger drill and a better drill bit. But this time, instead of sledgehammering the rock in half, we decided to move this, we call it snail dynamite in Finnish, but it's like this paste or powder, I'm not sure, that we're gonna put into the holes that we drill on the rock, and slowly it will kind of expand and should crack the rock. So that way we would have the strength to drag the pieces of rocks outside of the house. But I'm not sure how this will go. We have the drill like rented for tonight, and I'm thinking that it's not gonna be drilled tonight because last year it took so much more time than that. So I'm a bit nervous of what tonight may bring.
Here goes nothing. I was so worried this will take several days. But surprisingly, with proper tools, this task too became so much easier. The holes were drilled in no time. Se on haljennut! Jumaliste! Täällä se on vaan niinku... Mitä helvettiä? No, meidän työ helpottui ehkä noin 500%. Jos se vaan on läpi asti. Kato, kun lähtee, eihän tarvii kutitella, niin ne menee pihalle. No kyllä. Oispa lisää kiviä, mitä pystyis halkoa.
Joo.
Siis niin mieti, 100 € arvoinen kivi. Tää on ihan järkyttävän iso. Yltää tuonne pohjalle. Team 6, Rock Nil. All is good on the plot. Let's start to prepare a spot for the third fireplace. This space will be our living room one day, and we'll be rebuilding a similar fireplace here like there was before. Seems like a very, very distant dream. But so was this very moment at some point. So someday I will be sitting here warming my toes next to the fireplace. When the concrete arrives, the hurry always creeps up on me. This concrete started to harden really quickly, and we almost got in trouble with it. Trying to level the heavy concrete really sucked us dry, and I thought I was gonna pass out of the exhaustion of trying to get all 3 done before it's too late. But we made it, and now our 2 fireplace foundations are completely done, and the 3rd one has been started.
So I decided to go with linseed oil paints here. I haven't used them before, so there was quite a bit of stuff to research before I felt comfortable using them. So before I have of course painted like walls or furniture or something, but I haven't given second thought of what I'm doing and why and how. I just like sanded and painted and that's it. So this was a bit of a different process, and at first it felt a bit tricky, but now that I'm starting to get idea of what I'm doing, it feels natural and it just makes sense. And why I decided to use linseed oil paints is that I don't want to ruin this. I especially search for old windows, and it would be insane to search for something old and then be the person who ruins it, basically. The idea is that the linseed oil paint won't kind of suffocate the wood. If I would have used like these modern plastic paints, I'm just gonna use the word plastic paints, of course that's not like real name for them, but sure, it would have been quick and easy to paint these, and it would last for, I don't know, a decade, probably even more. But the problem there is that the paint will have holes appearing during time, and whenever the house kind of moves or this kind of adjusts itself on its place, there will be gaps and cracks appearing in the paint. And when there's gaps and holes in the paint, some water and moisture will get through into the wood, and because the wood is wrapped in plastic paint, the wood won't be drying out, so that will eventually rot the wood. And so I thought that the only reasonable thing here is to use linseed oil paint, and it seemed that they had used the same paint here before. So that made my job a bit easier. My goal is that everything looks old and used. So that's my aesthetic. so that also makes my job easier. But here I chose white paint because this was pure white before also, so that's easier for me again. And also I have no idea how our kitchen will look like eventually, and I don't have time to think about that yet. So I just decided to paint this white and then paint the insides of the frames some other color if that suits the kitchen better. But I'm just gonna do all the things that are necessary to be able to use these windows. So that means at this point fixing this up, and then the window frames that come here, I'm just gonna fix the lower part which was a bit damaged. The instructions to use this linseed oil paint is to use as thin layers as possible, basically. so it's a bit different to how I have painted before. I have just like used as much paint as possible to get it done quicker. Well, when I was using like these plastic paints before, but this takes a bit more time, but I don't mind because I will thank myself later when this frame will last for a lifetime. By the way, welcome to our home. I don't know, maybe it's clear for everybody that we don't live in the house that we're renovating. My dog is snoring there in the background. She's very old. She turns 14 this September. So yeah, we have been living this rental apartment for almost 2 years now, and before this we lived in a temporary apartment in the city nearby for 2 years. So we have been living in temporary apartments for 4 years, and I cannot believe that has happened. If I were to think forward, like we will be living in temporary apartments for 4 years, that feels like insanity, and I would never put myself into that situation. But time has just went by so fast, and these are we're in a situation that we can't change right now. So all we can do is try to do the renovation as quickly as we can, so we would be able to move there in the house. But turns out we're super slow renovators, so everything is taking so much time that I don't know, how can we be this slow? Of course we are rebuilding everything from underground on top of the roof and in between, but still I feel like everybody else in social media, they are like starting renovation, and the next time I go and look for their page, they're like halfway done and moved in, and we're still living here in this rental apartment. But yeah, we all have different life stories and different day-to-day lives, and yeah, but I'm glad we have this apartment. It's in a nice neighborhood. It's only a 15 minutes drive from here to our house, and there's a lake just nearby, and it's quiet. The apartment is okay. It's nothing fancy. It's very, very Finnish, basic row house. Is it a row house? I think we have this living area here, and then a small bedroom and a sauna, which is important. I haven't showed this place much because just it's so cramped, full of stuff, and there's piles of stuff just in the corners because there's nowhere else to put all this. And yeah, it doesn't feel like home. It's just an apartment where we happen to stay, and this place feels like if I were to wear somebody else's clothes. Like I'm wearing clothes, but they don't feel like they're mine. So I don't feel like showing this place much. Maybe I should, I don't know, but yeah, it's nothing fancy. It's nothing that I would want my home to look like, but I haven't bothered to do anything about this apartment because we know that it's temporary, so we just need a place to sleep, work, and have our stuff. So this is the place. It seems that I'm gonna have to put at least a third layer on this, but it doesn't matter because drying happens without me doing it, so this can rest here in between the layers, so I don't mind. bit unsure where I have painted and where not, because I can only see the bit of shiny layer where I have painted, so but it's hard to see here. My summer vacation starts in a week, so next weekend. It's Saturday today, and I don't feel like that at all. Usually I have been so excited to start my vacation, but this time I don't feel like it. Yeah, I'm not having high expectations of like this will be the summer of my life, but more like it's nice to be off from work. And yeah, but we are going to Romania for the first time ever, and visiting Eastern Europe has been something that I have been looking forward to quite a bit in the last few years, and Romania has been something that I have been interested of, and neither me or my husband has been there before. I'm so excited to see all the old buildings and the castles and the mountains. But yeah, we're going to Romania in a couple of weeks. Oh my god! Yeah, that's fun. It's good to get away now that we can, to think of something else for a while than the renovation that has lasted for almost 3 years now. So yeah, I think we deserve a little break.
The first week of my vacation we took it very slow. We just finished some bits and pieces of small tasks around the house and the yard to prepare for our absence of 2 weeks.
Eikö se ole nyt ollut viikon?
This last piece of the mold was a bit more stubborn than the rest. But I do like the challenge of when you have to figure out thing after another to solve a problem. And so far, not a single problem has been left unsolved. On our yard, some of the berries have been getting overripe, so I just wanted to pick some of them to the freezer before we leave. Even though I have been picking berries for most of my childhood, as an adult that has never been my favorite thing to do. But here on our yard, it's so easy and fun to pick the berries.
Välillä osata nollata ja rentoutua eikä koko ajan olla silleen, että jotain pitäisi tehdä tai ei ole minkään väärti.
And with these smart words from my husband, I'll leave you with a little glimpse of our trip to Romania. I'll see you next time.
Joo. Sieni ehkä. Saattaa semmonen sieltä jossain vaiheessa tipahtaa.